Hello, welcome back to the healing table. I'm Grace.
I'm Julia, and welcome to the Healing Table.
Hello. So today we're going to be talking about how the two different generations handle pain, because I feel like it is two different kind of ways that we experience stuff and we react in different ways than our parents probably might have. And I know that in a generation like this, it's very different for us because we're always taught to, well, now we're taught to like not suppress your feelings, talk about it, and like, just overall express how you feel, and you never want to sit with the pain. But I feel like maybe for their generation it was kind of like the complete opposite.
Yes, is in our generation, we taught not to complain about anything, not to express yourself, especially for the elder, because they're not gonna listen to you and they will count you as disrespectful. Even though if they hear you out, it might make sense. But we taught not to talk back when your parents is talking to you. You don't have to respond it, or you don't have to tell your parents like this is wrong, or you cannot tell your parents like I don't want this and I want this. They just take it in hard in different way. But in this generation right now, they have every right to express their feeling, and they have every right to talk about the issue. That's the thing that it make us not to progress, because we holding on to the old pain that we have it before, and we do not want to change to better. We're just holding to that pain, and then we express that pain to our children, and that make clash, because that it will make us miscommunication, misunderstanding. My daughter can tell me something, but if I did not sit down and I answer her very quickly, I might have answer wrong, and she might not mean what she said, or I might not mean what I said, but the way I said it, the, it can go a wrong way.
Yeah.
A lot of time that we say stuff that we didn't mean it, but the way we say, the tone that you talk to your daughter or your son or anyone, that tone, it will say a lot. In Arabic, like when you say hi, you can explain this hi to something else, and that, and we can explain that to multiple kind of thing. And that's the thing that it helped me to adjust sometime with my kids, because I was like, why they're mad? I didn't mean that. But the tone that I tell them, that's the one that turn them off. And they will think like we mean. But that's not the way. We're not supposed to communicate like that. But that's the way we're taught. You always have to be harsh, because we see harsh. We did not see love. We did not see anything that, and like somebody talk to us in the good way that we can understand. No, everything is always like we're fighting. If you go to a lot of African movies or videos or news or anything, if you listen to them, they sound like they are fighting. But that's exactly the way we talk. And for the generation that we have right now, they were like, why are they talking like that? Did I do anything wrong? Did they misunderstand me? All this kind of stuff. And that's the reason why we have a problem. We don't understand our children, and our children don't understand us. And that's miscommunication, misrepresentation, because we don't understand each other. Because when we're talking with our voice loud, and then this child here grow up in different place. She don't know where she's gonna put her words, in what category. So you will understand. So I'm gonna give the mic to Grace, and Grace can talk to that.
Yeah, I feel like maybe sometimes with the communication styles, it's very different, and even it comes down to like going to school and stuff. Going to school here in America versus going to school in Africa, I'm pretty sure they're still pretty harsh on you, and
Yeah.
they still probably whoop you, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
something that they
Oh
used
yeah.
to do here in America as well. But with this new generation, that is unacceptable. So a lot of people are going into gentle parenting and stuff, and I feel like, first of all, I don't feel like it completely works. But I feel like it depends on the child, because I feel like sometimes some children, they probably need a little bit more attention than other children
Yeah.
and things of that nature. And not every parenting style is going to work the best to with the outcome that you want for your kid's life and things. But yeah, just having growing up with no other way to know like how to express how you feel, I can understand why like it was kind of like something that they had to learn to kind of maybe calm down, or because they were taught to take it. But in America here, everyone's taught like if somebody disrespects you, you need to talk to them, or you need to handle that basically. Like even if it's your parents, like, and the best thing is not to be combative between each other, because yeah, it will cause like a lot of tension between the two people, tension in the house. And nobody likes to be in a house that has like tension between
Yeah.
family or
Yeah.
anything, because it's supposed to be like a loving place that everybody would like to spend time
Yeah.
and not have to walk on eggshells around people and things of that nature. And if you can't do it at home, then it's going to be harder for that person to be like that outside. I feel like that's only sometimes, because now in the day and age, like we live in like the social media
Yeah.
type era, where like even if you don't feel like you can express how you feel here, you can express how you feel on social media. You can express how you feel in so many
Anywhere
different
else,
ways.
yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that's not always the best outlet, but at the same time, you do need an outlet.
Yeah.
You need to get all of that suppressed emotion and pain and let that all out, because it's not good for you to hold on to these things. It's
Yeah.
especially like on your body and stuff, like when it comes down to the biology of things, it's not really healthy for that, because it will cause your cortisol to also rise, and things of that nature can cause you to be sick, physically sick, and that's not something that we would want.
Yeah.
So I would say growing up, I do feel like maybe my mom, I could definitely see like my mom do a switch within like me growing up, for sure, because as a young kid, I do feel like maybe she was a little harsh and stuff. But I think like as we started growing up a little bit more, and especially her having other kids, like Tala, she likes to speak her mind. Like she
Yeah.
will always tell her side of the story, whatever she will advocate for herself, regardless if she's gonna get a whooping or not.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I feel like that's kind of like what kind of like changed things, because it's like you kind of want to hear your kids out. You don't always want your kids to be mad at you,
To be scared.
or
Yeah.
like scared to talk to you
Yeah.
about things. And I feel like maybe I was sometimes, but I did feel a lot more comfortable coming to her a lot, because she was always here and she was always like listening. And sometimes I didn't like what she had to say, maybe because but sometimes it is really good advice and things of that nature. And I know like growing up, like sometimes my mom would say like basically like you don't have no reason to be tired, or you don't have no reason to feel this way or
Yeah.
something. But everyone, you do have a reason. It's probably not like as strong as what probably she went through, but like dismissing somebody's feelings like that, it'll probably make them feel like they can't really talk to you.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you know.
That's those feelings are real, because as for me, I grew up in somebody's hand that they don't care about your feeling. They don't care that you're sick. They don't care that you even have anything to say. They don't care about your life. Definitely, if you can die today, for all they care. So I become to realize if I is still talking the way that I thought, I might lose my kids. I might destroy my communication with them, because that's the only people that you really need them in your life. You know, we have each other, and if they're not in your side, what do you have? You don't have nobody. Your kid is the one you work for, the one you're hoping for, the one you pray for, the one you're thinking all those dreams that they can achieve, so they can be a better people than you, so they don't have to struggle like you, so they can be happy, and all that. If you just misunderstood them, or they misunderstood you, the relationship can be rocking, and they can be really, really hard to communicate with each other. And I have to learn that, and I have to change for the better, because I need my kid to be close to me, because that's the only people that I have. I don't have anybody back home there. Only have one sister, and I have my brother from my dad's side, but when your daddy married a couple women, that thing that they grow up with is always harsh. It's always gonna bring a lot of conflict, and I learned how to pull myself away from everything. I do not have to ask anything. What my dad have? What did he left? What did What did they? I did not ask for nothing, just to keep the peace of mind, because I already went through a lot, and I do not want to add that competition or fighting in that nature. So I learned how to keep those stuff. But let me tell you guys this: if you grow up in pain, sometimes it's very hard for you to change, because whatever you want to change, and that pain that you grow up in, it will just blow up. And then let me tell you guys, when something happened to you, whether you are 2, 3, I don't know, about 1 years old or something, because my dad died was like almost 3 years old, and I can remember those stuff since I got to my brother's house. Every little thing that I can remember, and they're not good. And sometimes when they push me so hard, like, you don't do this for us, you're supposed to be dead, and then you will, that thing will trigger you. You will ask yourself, like, why even I'm helping them? They did not do anything good for me. But then you will go to Bible. God has said, do not answer wrong with wrong. He is alone the one is gonna judge, and that's the only reason why sometimes I help them when they need me the most. But some stuff, if it's in this country, I will never gonna talk to my brothers like those kids do. I will never gonna even bring them in my close talking or everything, because there is no good memory that I can remember. We just left that like that. What I do, I had to pull myself far away a little bit, just to put the boundaries between them and me. I love them, they're my brothers, but if I'm in the situation that I have to bury my loved one by myself, like you guys did not exist, and you guys are here. And when their own mom passed away, I did a lot. Me and my husband, we did whatever we have to do to make everything right. But when it come in my turn, I lost 3 brothers, and I have to do that alone. And they're there, but they did not contribute anything. Not even a love, kind of like encouragement, like, be stronger, you're gonna be through this, we can help you with money or whatever. But we know that there is no encouragement. So in this point, I don't know how I'm gonna call them as my family, which I still do call them as my family, but sometimes it hurt me the most. And especially my brother who raised me up, I take care of her 6 children. 6. Not 2, not 1, 6 of them. There is a dog, there is an engineer, there is a what, all of them, they're well educated, only one, he didn't finish college. But they don't, because they don't teach those children who make them to be successful the way they are. So those kids, they don't call me for anything. At least there is somebody die in the family, and then they will call, or sometimes they don't even call at all. Sometimes I will find the stuff too late. Why? Because the parents, they did not taught them how they become successful, who have been taking care of them day and night until they become to that level. It's me. My kid, they don't know my brother's children that much, but they know only my brother who the one passed away, because they always call them and encourage them and talk to them and all that kind of nature. That's the only people they know. But that kind of stuff is kind of sad. That's the stuff that is ripping all our community apart in our society. And if we don't talk about those kind of stuff, guess what? Now my brother's children, they're taking all in that. They don't even know why all that is stuff happening. And then one day they die, they're gonna be passed on, or my brothers are gonna be passed on, and then pass this trouble to his children. And then the children, even they don't know where to react. How did they even get there? You see? Those kind of stuff, if we don't talk about it, this is the one, this communication, information, we don't understand each other. And until now, if I ask me or ask them, they cannot tell me why we in the way that we are. Because my dad left us when we were young. And somebody like me, I didn't go back to them like, oh, I want to know what my dad have and what he left us or all this kind of stuff. I did not bother. I did not. So those kind of communication is not the one it tear us apart. And then we taking all this problem, we give it to our children. And it's very harsh. If I cannot handle it, I'm the adult, I cannot handle it. Imagine somebody that is young and they grow up in different country to handle the same issue that you already try sometime to be in anxiety because of that. You know? How are you gonna think that your child can go through that? So if you try, you cannot get through all those pain by yourself. You have to seek for help. Because if you pass this pain to your children, and your children is gonna be in pain, and then pass it to their own children. To break that generation stuff, we have to change. And I know 100% the change is not easy. It's not gonna come easy. And we can see our children, like I watch a lot of my followers commenting and expressing themselves about all the videos that we do. It touched their heart. It touched them in the good place that they're really wanting somebody to just listen to them. If somebody thinking about them, and that's the motive of doing all this show. Because even though they don't come to us, but they hear our voice, and they were like, yeah, that happened to me, and that happened to me. And some of them, they were like, I am even trying to kill myself. And the parents said, if you want to kill yourself, you can. That comes from your parents. Where are you going to go from here? If you block it, if the stress is too much, you can kill yourself, you know? You're not going to think like you get the permission from your parents that if you want to do that, you can do that. But let me tell you guys, don't kill yourself for anybody problem. Do not kill yourself for anybody problem. I tried to kill myself multiple times back home. It didn't happen because God loved me so much. Yep. Sometimes I will be somewhere that I wanted just something to happen to me and I never, exist. But God is saying no. So don't put yourself in that situation. Seek for help. And if that will take to talk to somebody who understands you, do that. Yesterday I got call from one of my auntie that she's seeking for my advice in something similar to this kind of stuff. And I told her what I thought, and she called me back after a couple hours. She was like, oh my God, you just put me in the good situation, because if I did what I think, this time I will be in problem with the other family, and those kind of stuff sometimes, because I become to understand those kids better. It's not like I'm better, but I become to understand my own children better. If they're hurting, if they have problem, if they have to talk to somebody, I tell them it doesn't matter how bad that thing is. Come to me, I will take it. I might cry, if it's bad, but I will take it. And we're going to find a solution. And that's the way the parenting have to be. Imagine you are a pastor in the church, our Sudanese church, but it is none of your children close to you. What does that tell you? God has said everything is start from the home. You have to preach to your children before you go and preach to somebody else. If you have to do the mental awareness like us we're doing right now, I have to talk to my kids first what they think. And I talk to them, all of them. And they say, yeah, you can do that. Actually, you can change somebody. And I can see that this show here is really changing a lot of children. They're coming out, they talk about everything. And I'm so grateful to hear that. And the one they need us to respond, we can respond it. But at least they're coming out, they're expressing their feeling. And that's the way we wanted it. We need you to express your feeling. And even if you have to scream and cry, do it. So you can breathe better. So you can think better. Because everything that we go through in Africa and we bring it here and we pass it to our children, we die young because of all those things. Because we don't sleep. Like me now, I have 3 days, I don't sleep good. Like, I will be sleeping when my brain is working. And what? I don't know, because I have somebody who was sick back home, and it put my brain is like, it's not in the sleep. So that's those kind of issue. If we put it like really heavy in our life, it will affect us in wrong way. Your blood pressure is gonna go high. In no long time, you're gonna have a diabetes. In no time, you're gonna have I don't know what. All those kind of stuff. It will cause from stress. Stress is number one killer. Stress is number one killer. Learn how to see somebody when very stressed and they don't want to talk. Tell them, okay, you will talk when you're ready, but you have to calm down. Then when they're ready, they can come to you. And then when somebody talking and you're talking back and talking and talking back, one of you guys have to stop. Let him talk or let her talk, and then you guys disagree not to agree, but don't take it too long to be angry, because more you're angry, more everything elevates to the next level. And that's not good. That's not good in relationship. That's not good in your household. That's not good in your workplace. That's not good in the church. That's not good in the mosque. Not good in anywhere. So those kind of stuff we really have to pay attention. So let me give the mic to Grace.
I would say that mental health and things of that nature is very, very important. We kind of just did a unit about it in school and learned like on a deeper level what really happens. So I can teach you guys a little bit. Just so there is a major depressive disorder, and then there's going to be a reactive depression disorder. The reactive depression is going to be something, an event in your life that happens that triggers your sadness and this depressive mode.
Yeah.
Okay, in your life. That can be like a death in the family. That could be a loss of loved one, something like that. And then the other one, that one is more serious. This is something that can get passed down. And even if you don't have it before and you do, what's it called? Just have a reactive depression, it can be long term and it could honestly switch your brain.
Yeah.
There are very important neurotransmitters in your brain that basically helps your brain get these electrical impulses so that your brain is working, your nerves are working good. There's these two specific ones that help with excitability and being happy.
Yeah.
And that's serotonin and norepinephrine. And your brain already makes that. But with things that you experience in your life, it can deplete that. And now you have an insufficiency of those excitability neurotransmitters in your brain.
Yeah.
So now it's actually something that's really affecting you to where you really cannot, you just are sad, and that it's just really hard to get out of that especially without being medicated at that point. And it is really serious, and we need to know and understand that we need to have healthy outlets. Because like my mom said, you can have diabetes. Some people, they overeat. Some people, they undereat whenever they're stressed. Or they're going through a hard time. And that can lead to more problems. And like I said before, high cortisol, that can do something. Your high blood pressure, that can do something.
I have thyroid.
Exactly.
That's kind of tough kind of stuff.
It can mess up with the hormones that you are producing.
Yeah.
And a lot of things just kind of really go into what mental health is. It's not just someone feeling sad. It's actually something that is currently attacking your brain. It's
Constantly.
Constantly
without non-stop.
Yeah. So it does take a lot to get out of that. But I feel like we said, that community as well, having some people that you can confide in. Like I said before, people now, if they can't confide in other people, they go to social media, and they have a lot of people on social media where they can listen relate, to them. They can give good words.
They can advise you what you can do in any kind of situation, and that's good.
Yeah, so we just really need to take this a little bit more seriously, because I really do feel like a lot of people within the South Sudanese community go through these things and go through these things really hard, especially the kids and people, the young adults. It is very, very different. So I just wanted to bring more awareness and more
and I think we're gonna be talking about this a lot. Back home, when we go to the church, when the pastor or the elder in the church, they see your face, it's like you're sad, and all of a sudden they will call you, come here, my child. They will talk to you in case you don't have anybody to talk to at home. They will talk to you and everything, and they will make you exciting. I used to go to church just to be happy. Go there, and some people, they know me very well. And I'm very humble child that I need advice from anybody just to live a life, you know. So we used to go to church for the elder to talk to us to make us happy. Like, when you grow up, you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that. All that stuff is gonna be disappear, and all the sadness is gonna be gone, and all that is, and you will be happy. Like, yeah, that means I'm gonna wait until I grow up. But here, we go to the church, Sudanese church. They don't talk about mental health. They don't advise the children. They don't even do anything about the kid. The only thing is they come and preach whatever they know what to preach or what not, and then that's it.
I think a lot
They're
of the
leaving the
time,
children behind.
I feel like a lot of the time with like the churches and Sudanese churches that I've experienced, it's like they're preaching, but they're preaching to basically keep their kids in line and not necessarily like preaching from like what God is truly trying to get out of people's lives.
Exactly.
And it's like, you know, some people can experience something, they'll know, and they'll kind of like sneak say something about it. But it's like, I understand you're trying to see if anybody else can get the message from something that you're trying to say. But at the same time, having that one-on-one conversation with them,
it will help.
It will help a lot more.
It will help. And the reason why our children cannot go to our community member or leaders, because their own home is not well kept, you know. You do not have your children near you to be example to the other children, to bring them in, to say, you know what, this person is good, and we can go, and his kid is there, you know, we're going to be together, and all this kind of, there is nothing like that. And they don't talk anything sense to those kids, like, you know, just talk briefly about the mental awareness a little bit. This is part of preaching too. You don't have to have a really crazy person like throwing everything all over there, and then you will say, oh, this person is really, that's the way in Africa they do. They will say, oh, this guy, but when you he doesn't have to break everything here. You can be like looking normal, but inside there, you are dying in silence, you know. I am just hopeful that this video can go to as many our people, as many as they can. I need them to change the way. I need them to include the children in anything, not including the children just to go and sing, to go do this. Show them the way. Sometime, if they're sad, what they want in their life to be. If they're sad about, you know, there is a situation at home, talk that situation with the child and talk it with the family. You gotta talk with the family first before you jump to the child, because I know there is a lot of people talking about people's children and they don't talk about the parents about it, and this is wrong. You have to talk to me about it. We have to agree. Then you can talk to my child. I will be happy. Everybody will be happy to talk to the child. Sometimes the children, they say they do not listen to the parents, but they can listen to the auntie and they can listen to the uncle. But if my uncle in himself doing this or my auntie doing this, how she gonna advise me? Can I take the advice? No. Can I listen to that auntie? No. Why? Because she's not doing good at herself. What kind of advice she gonna give me? If her own children, they need help by themselves, you know, you should not have any place to advise anybody child. At least you have to start it from your own home. It started from your own home, then you can advise somebody. Then other child can listen to you. Then somebody can listen to you. Like me now, if Gracie, if I need help, you know, something that I don't understand, I can come to her like, Gracie, what do you think about that? You know, if I say 1, 2, 3, how that works, she can advise me, and then I will take it. And if she did something too, she come to me, and then I will tell her what she should do. But in the end of the day, the decision is mine, or her decision is her. She can choose to listen or not to listen, you know. But then when somebody's not listening, it doesn't mean that you're gonna quit talking. Keep talking, because if you stop talking, the channel that is gonna give her to depression is gonna take her back there. Yeah, and we have a lot of problem in our community as right now. There is a young girls or boys that they don't know how to talk to nobody, and that's sad. They just give you a hand and they leave. They don't interact like, hey, how you doing, da 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 da, all that stuff. Why? Because we as aunties sometimes we do stuff that they reflect those kids like, is it those really our auntie, you know? And that's sad. So look at us, like couple years ago, our Sudanese children, they come to our party, they will have fun, and we will talk and we will dance. Now, not even one of them, because they hear things. And when they hear things, those things, they make them not to come in anywhere near us, you know. And the parties, what we're doing for? We're doing for all the family to come together to have fun. But if our children is not there, is that fun? No, it's not fun, you know. I see a lot of people, they will leave the child at home cry, but she haven't got to go to the party. How that makes sense? If my child is sad, and I know that she's very sad, I will not gonna leave that child by herself, you know. I will not. I will stay with her. Let the party go. I have a multiple party that I did not attend because my own personal issue, because I know that I can be happy and there is something in my own entire family or something, there is something wrong. I have to fix that first before I go out there and dance and be happy. You should not be happy when your family is not happy at all. That's the way I say it. So for the young generation over there, you have every right to express yourself. If your parents didn't listen to you, talk to somebody who can listen to you. And if nobody listening to you, you have a social media in your side. They can listen to you and they can tell you, and you have to choose the right direction for yourself, you know. And don't let your guard down, because mental issue is real. We as South Sudanese, we don't believe in mental issue. We don't believe in sadness. We don't believe in anything. But yet, this world, in everywhere you turn, you see sadness, you see mental problem, you see a lot every single day, anywhere you go. So the home is supposed to be the home that when you come, you are like, okay, I am in my personal space. I have to relax and sleep and put everything in order so that I can start a new journey tomorrow. That's the way it's supposed to be. But when you come home and you do not have a little place to sleep or think about anything because there is a this noise and there is a this, that, then you don't have no peace. You know, your mental state is not gonna go down because there is an elevation that constantly stuff is happening and you have to listen to it and all quarreling and all this kind of stuff that it doesn't make sense. You know, anything can wait. I learned that everything can wait. You know, that dishes is not washed, everybody's tired, including me, they can wait. You know, that house is not clean today, I will get to it when we're ready to get to it. Make simple. Don't make everything about fighting, about quarreling, because those stuff we can take, some stuff we can take it back. And that's the one that mess up our relationship with our children, because there is a stuff that we say, we're thinking like we didn't mean anything, but we hurt them in long way. If it's my child, if it's my husband, if it's me telling my husband stuff that is harsh, I have to learn in the hard way just to remove myself from a lot of toxic stuff. I learned how to love people from far away, you know. I learned how to love people from far away, and I learned how to keep my children business in my own home. There is no business for anybody to know about anything out there unless if they need help with the mental problem or they're going through something that me and my husband cannot handle. But if they need help, I know they can. There is a people in my life that I can tell them to get to seek help, if for talking or for something else. You have to have one or two somebody that you know you can always go to. You know, if your parents are not available, and if your parents by themselves they need help, because sometimes we're talking like, oh, we don't need help. We do, a lot of time, a lot of time. And my kids, they want to make me better. They make me better. They make me to understand a lot of stuff better, and they make me how to feel with my pain. Because my pain, if I start talking about it, it might take years to finish. So I don't want to pass down to them, and that's the reason why we did what we did right now. We're doing what we're doing right now, so that I can express myself little by little, and she can express herself. And my other three, they can watch because they are shy a little bit. But I have one of them who's gonna come to the show one day. She gotta talk her mind. She's amazing because she gotta talk her mind. So, like I said, that's the reason why we did what we're doing. And yeah, the end of June we got invited to Iowa We got invited over there to go introduce the healing table. We were so grateful to be there that time. We were preparing to get there. We're supposed to do something in the summer, but we did not discuss about it yet. So I guess we're gonna discuss about it soon.
But thank you so much for watching this video, you guys, and make sure you like, comment, and just share the video. I know everybody wants to feel seen, and I hope that watching this made you feel seen in any type of degree or level.
Yes.
So
Yes, I need you guys to watch this video. Please go to YouTube and go watch the whole video so you will observe whatever we're saying, because whatever you see in TikTok, that's just a little bit, or in Instagram it's just a little bit, but the full thing in YouTube. I need you guys to support our YouTube channel and support our TikTok and support our Instagram so that we can grow, so that this show can go further all the way back home, guys. We need this show to go all the way back home, because if we don't change people back home, they cannot change here, and we cannot change here, we can change back home. Either way it goes. We love you guys so much. If you have any question about the video, and if you think this video touched your heart, and if you think you have challenge of going through that, you can always DM us through the TikTok, or you can leave the comment. We can read it and we can go through it together. Please share our video, like it, and comment, and we will see you another time.
we'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.